You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. All right, y'all. So speaking of the tea, we're getting some tea and it don't sound too sweet. Okay. We're gonna be talking about Dr. Heavenly is giving us what we always are looking for. Answers, a little bit of behind the scenes, a whole shade grenade. She's giving it all to us. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. And we got a little bit of extra tea on Dubai. So stick around for that in case you guys might have missed what went on allegedly behind the scenes of Real Housewives of Dubai. All right. So listen, before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts on these stories. All right. So Dr. Heavenly, I think that I talked to you guys about this the other day. Well, last week maybe, when we did our recap of Married to Medicine. And so we watched Sweet T's video on her YouTube where she actually talked about an altercation between she and Quad that was not shown on the episode. The only thing that she says that was shown on the episode was the aftermath. Now, in Sweet T's version of events, she says that she simply told Quad that your girl has gotten into your ear. And Quad allegedly went off on her, chest bumped her. And that is why you see Sweet T putting her hat back on and Simone guiding her to the table. That actually was shown in the episode. So, what was allegedly left out of the episode was this clash between Sweet T and Quad. Now, Dr. Heavenly is confirming this altercation, and she actually says that that confrontation between Sweet T and Quad was actually much worse than what was going on with her and Dr. Contessa. Okay, so first, my question is, why wasn't this shown? Now, I do know that, during an all cast scene, there's usually quite a few members of production available to get multiple camera shots. There's multiple mics going, so there's a lot happening. So I would also wager to say that there is likely the time strain. Well, there's only 42 minutes per episode, right? So you can't show everything. So you're going to have to likely pick and choose which altercations to show and to showcase and how to best balance the scenes, right? So perhaps that was why, or maybe the camera didn't capture it all the way and it would have been harder to explain. I really don't know. But Dr. Heavenly says that Quad read that B from A to Z. And that as a result, Sweet T ended up crying off to the side, calling them old and calling them bullies. She said that basically Sweet T can't tell Quad nothing about Dr. G because Dr. G already and Quad have already been together. So Quad already knows what Sweet T is about to go through. Now, I would have preferred to see some of this go down because the tension that is obviously there between Quad and Sweet T is building. Whether they want to show it on the screen, it's definitely happening offline. And I think that seeing some of this offline chatter, you kind of also, in this day and age of reality TV, you cannot keep the episode as just packaged as it was, right? there's got to be ways that you can also now, okay, this is what the people are talking about. This is what they're chattering about. Let's add in a flashback here to explain how things have gotten to this point versus simply relying on the reunion and or just skipping past this altogether, especially when castmates are revealing that an altercation has occurred. That's just, to me, we gotta be in tune with the reality that's actually happening as the show is airing, which is where I think sometimes a show like Love and Marriage Huntsville benefits, but a show like Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I would even wager to say Love and Hip Hop, but we can't say Love and Hip Hop because they don't do reunions anymore. The thing that I don't like with Love and Marriage Huntsville is that we, as the audience, don't get to have our questions answered about what happened during the season because they have filmed the reunion before we've even seen the season, or we've finished the season, I should say. So, but they are able to capture what's happening on social media because they're already filming a new season. So it just really depends on how you film, right? But I would wager to say that some of these things could be altered in the edit of a future episode. So I would like to see this play out, because again, I'm relying on two different sources with two different sets of experiences, I should say. I would say biases, but Dr. Heavenly's going to have her perspective, and she's Quad's friend, and Sweet T's going to have her perspective because she is someone who went through it. So, let us see it. Let us see it. The next thing that Dr. Heavenly says is that Sweet T's mama tried to fight her. Now, we had heard this before, and I have to shout out the Bravo Shade Room for capturing these moments from Dr. Heavenly's. I don't know if this was Patreon or YouTube. I have to go back and check because I know that she kind of posts in both sometimes at this point. And listen, I'm all for it. Get that money. Get that money. Okay. But at the end of the day, what she was saying was basically she was describing what was happening about the incident that she said occurred after the reunion or during the reunion for last season when Sweet T's mom allegedly angrily walked up to her, right? Now, in the video, she says she tried to fight me. So here's a thing that I, kind of feel like, she says that, well, yeah, I've been talking about this woman's daughter, this, that, and the third, and I'm a protective mama, so I understand it, right? So to a certain degree, she gets it, but also too, she's like, I get paid to do this, right? This is what I'm paid for. And she even in the earlier clip says that she doesn't understand why Sweet Tea is coming for seasoned veterans in this game the way that she is. But I would also have to ask, is Sweet Tea simply coming for them out of thin air? I don't think that's the case. These have been situations and tensions that have been building and building and building. So I feel like there's been I don't think it was one day that Sweet Tea just snapped on them for no reason. I feel like there have been tensions bubbling on both sides and they have erupted at this point. And so now everybody's just in it. But she goes on to describe the incident. She calls Sweet Tea's mama Ghetto at one point and says, somebody's ghetto mama trying to roll up on me, and she was like, there's no security. So in my mind, I am kind of wondering, well, why is there no security in the background? Why is there where is, she says there was no security during the altercation with Dr. Contessa. But in my mind, I'm like, well, dang, if y'all got security, where are they usually at? Like, where are they always on a break? And to be quite fair, because of the volatile nature of what is going on right now, if a cast member is feeling like I need security, then security definitely should be available. However, what I will say also is this. I said it in my review last time. There is what Dr. Heavenly is doing is making reality TV, right? That is what she is paid to do. She is making reality TV. But there is a point in reality TV where you making reality TV will cross a boundary for another person. And at that point, once that boundary is crossed, you, as the person who is getting paid to play reality TV, if you have crossed a boundary for a specific person and it has gone to the point where now you have said some stuff that has gone beyond the realm of what people would consider as entertaining, then I'm of the mindset that personally, I'm not going to antagonize you and not expect you to like respond, right? So what I mean by that is if you are calling for someone's mama continuously, your mama, your mama, your mama, you can't clearly be surprised when said mama is ready to confront you. So I do think that there's two aspects. There's one aspect that I do understand. We're making reality TV, we're making entertainment, but there's also going to be the reality of real life that occurs as a result of you making reality TV entertaining or attempting to. That's just a thought. I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. What I am saying is that's just how life works. And we've seen it play out on reality TV through all of these years. At a certain point, if you keep poking certain bears, they are going to snap. You saw it happen on Real Housewives of Atlanta with Portia yanking Kenya down by the hair. Okay. We've seen it happen on plenty of shows. Someone snaps, and you just have to kind of like figure out where's the line of where we're going to go as a cast with making TV and where we're not going to go. Because ultimately, what it will lead to is, you know, somebody's going to pop off at some point. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Dubai really quickly. Now, we talked about this yesterday in yesterday's video, and we didn't really get all the way into everything that Caroline Brooks said about the show. All right. And I have to shout out our friends over at the Jasmine brand for this as well, because I saw it like immediately after I did the video and I was like, oh my God, I should have added this in here. But what we didn't realize was that Caroline Brooks actually called out the show. She says she's honestly not upset about the show being canceled or paused, whatever term you prefer. She says it felt toxic, overly orchestrated, and many were hiding their true identities. Housewives should be authentic, not forced. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but not the experience. I think that, for me, I like Caroline Brooks. I understood her role on the show, but I think she was also one of the people who it felt like had the most drama, especially this past season, that was super explosive, that I feel like a lot of other people may label as toxic, right? But also in the spirit of fairness, I don't know if she's referring to maybe the behind the scenes of what made her get to that point was toxic for her, or what we saw feeling toxic, if that makes any sense. Because if you're saying that, oh, producers are doing this and orchestrating this, which led me to react like this, then that can be one element of toxicity. But if she's talking about the reaction that she is having to a cast member and then the reaction from the audience, then that's another different element. But I want to know for you as a viewer, which do you feel like it was? Now, in terms of hiding their true identities, of course, we'll really never know because they're not coming back. Um, she also goes on to say that there's rumors. Well, she answers a question that there was rumors that the show was paused because of the laws in Dubai. Would you come back for another season? She says those rumors aren't true. She says every episode is approved by lawyers or officials to ensure it's appropriate for TV in this region. If they thought laws were broken, the Dubai Film and TV Commission would have revoked our permits, and that didn't happen. Don't believe everything you read. Okay. And someone else says, for some reason you seem bitter. She says quite the opposite, actually. I'm relieved they pumped the brakes because it didn't feel right. Pulling the plug was the best decision. Too many things happened that shouldn't have been overlooked, which also then leads me back to what she's saying about the production of it in general. Then she says everyone is entitled to feel however they want. However, this is how I feel. Okay. And this, I think a lot of this maybe have stemmed from this particular post. She says, Happy New Year, everyone. Wish you all happiness and good health. I know a lot of my former castmates are struggling to stay relevant after Real Housewives of Dubai was canceled. If you're true fans, please be sure to keep making them feel famous. I'm loving my private, quiet life. So I guess my final thought is, when someone signs up to do a reality TV show, a lot of times, yes, they are signing up to gain fans and followers and subscribers, or whatever the case may be, build their businesses. So yes, I feel like you are supposed to use that platform to extend your brand. Otherwise, why did you do it? Specifically when a lot of times season 1 and 2 castmates don't get paid as much as more seasoned castmates do in their later seasons. So with that being said, it's kind of like, for me, yeah, of course, you should be making the most of this moment. You should be doing everything in your power to keep yourself as relevant as you need to, if that is what you want, right? If that is going to be what's helpful for your brand, if that's going to be what's helpful for your business. Now, I think for Caroline Brooks, her lifestyle doesn't necessarily probably require that level of exposure for her to be successful. So in that regard, yes, you can go and live a private life. But for some people, because their business maybe requires that level of higher exposure, yes, they will want to stay relevant in some aspect because that is what they do. Or they might have already been relevant and are just working to continue to stay there. So just some interesting perspectives. I'm trying to look at all different sides of these situations because I think it's more fun for me to try to understand where each person may be coming from and then piece together what it is that we're actually seeing and what we're not seeing. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And like I said, be sure to, while we're at it, speaking of which, if you haven't ordered the book, get the book, The Wickedest Wives of Vicious Reality. Book 2 is out on Amazon right now. Leave us a review. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video. Now that you've watched today's video, let's get into this group trip to Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, y'all, Skye Squad, we are hitting South Africa and we are hitting it hard. April 10th through the 17th of 2025. You can click the link in the description of this video to get more information and to reserve your spot. Now we're gonna keep this intimate because we have a lot to do. We are going to be looking at real estate. We're going to be learning about retirement and permanent visas, dual citizenship, buying and purchasing land. We are going to be looking at it all because we want options in South Africa, baby. And listen, Cape Town is one of my favorite cities. So of course, we're going to be doing some of my favorite things. We are going to be hitting the wineries. We are going on a safari. We're going to Table Mountain. We're going to some of my favorite restaurants. Let me tell you, one of them is Gold Star, baby. If you know, you know. We're going to be meeting with some expats who have relocated from the United States to Cape Town as well. This is going to be a luxury experience, okay? So we're talking doing the absolute most. So if you've ever wanted to go to Cape Town, South Africa, but maybe you didn't have the group to go with, maybe you just didn't have the right people that wanted to go and experience it with you, this is an opportunity for you to come with us. Now, I only have about 10 to 12 spots available. Yes, because again, I'm trying to keep this thing intimate, and I know that what type of experience I want it to be. So get in while you can, y'all. Trust me, in 2025, we are going to be needing all the options that we can get. And I am going to do my utmost to bring us the most that we can possibly get in and out of the country. So come with me to South Africa. The group trip is going to be lit April 10th through the 17th. Go ahead and click the link in this description of this video so that you can reserve your spot today. Cape Town, South Africa awaits.